Hey everybody, Grendel here, and I don't do face cams, but hi, I'm here as pretty much a reaction video because if you look, I'm flying. Flight. No, I'm in creative mode because I have gone ahead and downloaded the new Snapshot. Um, kind of excited. I haven't really seen much of these things. But you are. Is that tree the only thing saving you from nature? Yes, it is. Anyway, so I went ahead and I downloaded the newest Snapshot, and I thought we'd take a look at it together because there's a lot of really cool stuff. And I'm kind of stuck in between projects right now because I'm waiting on people to tell me what they think of the house for the parents' guide for the shepherds. So I figured we would look at everything that I can think of. And I went ahead and I got everything separated into different categories, but I figured we'd take a look. And the first thing that we have here is Grimstone. Grimstone is probably one of my new favorite blocks. It is found pretty low on the world generation for forgot how to do this. Okay. Anyway, it's found pretty low on the world generation on the map and where everything is, but it's so cool. And if you take a look at it, it's a whole new use for darker materials. And here we go. It is a dark gray stone found. I'm on the Minecraft wiki, by the way. Dark gray stone found between -1y to -64y of the world, because we're actually going deeper than 0 now. I don't know if they're gonna recalibrate where the world numbering system is, but at this point in time we have -64 for the stuff, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit. It takes slightly longer to mine than regular stone, can be crafted into polished grimstone bricks, grimstone styles, chiseled grimstone, and the grimstone variants, except for chiseled grimstone. Can also be turned into walls, slabs, and stairs. Can be used interchangeably with cobble or blackstone for crafting recipes. So this is basically just a new stone that we can use for decoration and for tools. So if we take a look at what we got here, weather clear. Thank you. As you can see, we've got just the coolest stuff, because like that is going to be such a fun material to use when building foundations for houses, or even if you check it out, we got the bricks, but then we also have tiles. We got tiles in the game now, and I like this chiseled because it makes it look like a shulker box that's just kind of opening. And we get the variants also with the walls and the stairs and the slabs also. So there's a lot we can do with this decoratively, which I'm really looking forward to. Next, we got copper. This is the copper ore right here. I like how it looks. It's like it's kind of oxidizing inside the walls. But check this stuff out. We've got the stairs and the slabs, just like all the other things. Here's the ingot, which is pretty cool. I kind of hope, even if it doesn't do any different damage than iron or anything, I kind of hope we get the choice for copper tools in the future, because just having the color variation would be really nice to have, like a copper sword. Anyway, you can see that there's different levels of exposure to air, just like real copper. If you look at the Statue of Liberty, or if you look at copper roofs or stuff like that, this is what happens after time with weather, and you can actually take wax, and I think what you use is actually, let's play, shall we? Let's get a crafting table out. Let's get a copper brick, and I think you use the honeycomb as wax for this. So we pop that down and we do this. Waxed, yeah. So you just add a honeycomb to it, and what you're effectively doing is coating the wax. Now if I turn, I upset the shulker, or the skulker. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this. I'm looking forward because of copper roofs. That's just going to be a fun thing to have. Next on our little list of things is this, which, listen. You walk on it, you get a little ringing sound. And here you go. We got the amethyst bud right here. I love that sound. Is where you get shard growth. Kind of works like the coral does with the fans and stuff. But over time, these should grow. And you can't mine these. I believe these actually have to stay inside of the giant geodes, which we'll take a look at. But over time, you get these amethyst clusters. And then if you break, they actually produce light too. That is so cool. After that, you can break that. Actually, let's just take all of that and that, and you can actually, I don't know what the rules are. Here you go. So you have 2 copper ingots, and you get the spyglass, which we'll take a look at a little bit down the road. Did you shoot at me? I thought he did. But that's so cool, and I'm sure that there's going to be other great things that come out of that later. Oh, it's the shulker picking up on me. Or skulker. I keep calling them shulkers. This right here is dripstone. And dripstone is such a cool new block because it gives the opportunity for some things. Let's do that for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and break that. And then you can take these, and look, you got stalactites and stalagmites. These are so cool because you can actually teach your kids about this stuff. It is raining again. I don't use codes a lot of the time, so I'm sure there's a way to do that more permanently. But over time, what happens is water drips from these guys, and I think you can actually increase it. I think you can actually increase this very, very easily by putting water in right above it, because yeah, there we go. And over time, you can actually collect water in the cauldron. So this is a very, very slow, never-ending water source, which is a really, really cool thing to have. Also, as other people are going to show, you can do a lot of damage. I heard this works. I just want to check. Yes! So we now have an unending source of lava, however slow it might be. But eventually, we can now do that too. So that is such a cool thing to give us access to. And yeah, just if anybody is interested, you can can, let me see. Let's go ahead and take this. Oh, there we go. Thank you, water. Alright, so let's go with a zombie. Just a classic Minecraft enemy. You can cause damage that way. And if they are built up high enough, I'm not sure. I think it might be block for block, so if that's the case, then I don't know. I think it would be 24 blocks. You can let's just do that. You can actually kill off an enemy like this. There we go. See? So that also works the other way around also. An enemy will take damage being dropped on that also. In fact, if we look at it, let's see, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The amethyst shards going back can be obtained by breaking amethyst clusters. The amount dropped increase. You can fix that with the fortune enchantment. So awesome. And then they can be used to make the spyglass and also tinted glass, which is this really neat stuff. I think I have it over here. This right here. Let's just go ahead and, you know what, I'm interested. Take regular glass, and we'll take the amethyst shards just to see what we're doing. Okay, so you just surround the glass with the amethyst shard, and that's how you get that. Also, three copper ingots will create a lightning rod, so that's pretty cool. I don't plan on playing with lightning right now, but that is a neat thing to know. But the cool thing about the rain never stopping, the cool thing about the amethyst, the tinted glass, sorry. The cool thing about the tinted glass is that you can put it right in the path of any light, and you can see through it, but light will not get through it. So, like, there we go. See, it's completely dark in here. So that is a cool thing. Which will help if you're like doing a spawner trap or something and you want to be able to see what's going on in there, but you don't want the light to get through. So that's not going to affect any spawning entities. After that, I took all the plants and I put them in here. This is just so cool. I'm very, very big fan of this. This is the azalea. Look how pretty that is. Now, I'm not really sure if they're planning anything else for this. I know it's supposed to lead to the like little oasis things, but they don't get any bigger. Here is the flowering azalea. And since they have the bushes, it does make me believe that we will be looking at a full tree eventually, and this is just more like the sapling. The sapling is what I'm trying to think of. We've got the new moss block, which I love that. It just grows hair. If you take the moss block, it will. Oh, look at that! I bone mealed it and I got an azalea. That's pretty cool. So grass, azalea. That is so cool. Also, the moss, which works really good as a grass substitute if you're like in a. We got one around here. I was gonna say if you're in a drier environment like doesn't look like it. If you're in a drier environment like a mesa or not a mesa, yeah, a mesa or a desert or a savanna, you can actually get more bright colors when it comes to the grass. And on top of the azaleas, it also spreads. Now, it does not look like you can bone meal the. You have to bone meal the original one. So, that is pretty cool. You can't bone meal the moss carpet. Yeah, moss carpet. These are pretty darn cool too. And they are the roots. I guess I'll just put it down right here. And that's just, it's a dirt block where you can see the root from the azalea trees coming through. I think, let me just check to see something. I have the wiki open because I'm cheating. It is a decorative block. It is a dirt-like block with roots on its texture, similar to coarse dirt. Neither mycelium or grass can spread to it. So that's pretty cool for decorative purposes. This is going to help the builders, I think. It's nice to have that extra color. I love buildings, so this is pretty cool to me. Then we also have the, let's just look at all the stuff. Let's see. We said moss, a opaque block with a grass-like texture on all sides. Can be bone meal to grow tall grass, tall grass, moss carpet, and both types of azalea on it in its vicinity. Can be bone mealed to grow over, expand across stone surfaces, but not grass surfaces. Breaks when pushed with a piston. That's cool to know. Let's see. We got more information about the... I'm just all over the place. I am just all over the place, and it won't stop raining. There we go. We got candles. Candles are fun. Look at that. We got a whole new light source, and this seems to be the thing that is exciting people the most. You can put candles on cake. Now, you can only put one candle on the cake, unfortunately. But they work very similar to the sea pickles, as you can bundle them like I did here. And as you can see, they come in all the different colors, which some of these, I mean, black candles, you can make some spooky setups. There we go. See, you can put up to 4 in an area. My little spot here is getting all crunched up, and we're getting ready to have a little adventure. So anyway, I wanted to come over to the crafting thing and see what we need. You know what? I think this is a common sense thing, because I haven't really done much. Yes. Okay, cool. So a honeycomb and a string. Get a candle. So that's really cool. This actually is great for teaching. Again, I'm just going to say, like, if you want to teach your kids how things are made, kind of cool that like string plus wax equals candle. I mean, it's pretty cool. We've got our skulk sensor here. And they'll talk to each other. And they are a wireless redstone device. That is just a neat thing. If you look, you can take a, let me take this right here. I'm trying to see if we can get it to do anything. I do know that if you put like the door right next to it, it'll work as you're walking around, which would be great for alarm systems. It also will travel through walls, but, and this is a big thing, is you can use wool of any kind, any color. Look at that. We basically created insulation around it. I cannot wait to see the warden. I think the warden's going to have something to do with this. But moving on to other things, because I'm not a redstoner. I don't know much about this. What does the wiki say? Let's see. A redstone component that detects vibrations. Currently, it does not generate naturally, only available in creative inventory or commands such as give, blah / give. But natural generation is planned for future versions. Senses vibrations such as block placement, footsteps, and projectiles, and emits a redstone signal. It emits particles when it senses a vibration nearby. You can see these particles. See the little blue lines? It's a quick thing, but you can see them. Let me back off. Ooh, those things have a good distance too. Let's see. Does not detect ambient weather such as rain. Well, I can tell that. And wool blocks between the sensor and the cause of sound prevent the sensor from detecting sound. That's pretty freaking cool, man. That's neat. Let's see. Also in the plants we do have the spore blossom, which basically just gives you ambient particles. I think we're gonna just do this. There we go. So that'll release kind of just give you that fairy tale look. Tinted glass. I've pretty much covered everything. Drops itself if mined with silk touch. Or even by hand, unlike regular glass. I'm curious. Oh, you know what? It's raining again. This is the rainiest seed in the world, by the way. Let's hit the right buttons, shall we? Survival. Alright, so now we're in survival. That is cool. That is neat. You can actually pick that stuff up without using a tool. Neat. Go back in creative mode. And what do we got over here? Oh, I got the toys. The compass and the clock now have a thicker texture. So we have chunkier textures. I'm happy with that. I actually like that because I thought the clock was a little flat, and I just built that grandfather clock in the house. We got our spyglass, and we also have our bundle. Now, bundles, if you are unaware, are created by taking rabbit hide and string. Let me actually pull up what the bundle says here. Let's see. Here we go. crafted with 2 string and 6 rabbit hides. So that's not going to work. 6 and 2 strings. Okay, well, I figured we'd just check, but apparently. Oh. That's great. Anyway, so when you do that, you get your bundle. And the cool thing about bundles is you can right-click into them. You can take items and put them into there. 64 items. Straight out. 64 items. So, if you wanted to, let's go ahead and take one of those. You could do like, oh, I'm going to put... Oh, you can actually just right-click it to get it out, too. That's really cool. Say, I'm going to, like, put that in there. And I'm going to take these 4 and put these in there. And I'm going to take that and that in there. And then I'm going to take 16, put that in there. It'll just keep building up until you get 64 items. We now have a way to carry 64 eggs on us at a time in one spot. Or 64 ender pearls. Like, we finally have a way to carry... The ender pearl thing excites me more than anything else because I love ender pearls. And yeah, so that'll also help with... I love that. I love the fact that you can take... You take your bundle, which you can tell is full because there's that little purple line underneath it, and go, oh, my inventory's full. I need to manage some stuff. Plah. Just throw it out onto the ground. That is funny. So let's do 16 and like 16 and like let's throw that in there. Can you put tool in there? You cannot put tools in there. But just, oh no. Plah. That's going to be so much fun. On top of that, we also have these little guys. This is calcite, and this is tough. Now, I'm not sure how many geologists we have out there in the world, or in playing Minecraft, but I actually have a piece of amethyst right here. Here's your amethyst. That's your calcite. And that's your tough. So, real world stuff being put here. So if we walk over here and just, I'm going to take a block of amethyst out of here. My inventory is all screwed up anyway. So in nature, what you would find is your tough, your calcite, and then your amethyst. That's educational. Like, this game has become so amazing. And there's more to come. We're actually going to get, from what they've been talking about, we're going to be getting an archaeologist setup. Like, you're going to find places in the world that are, I'm just doing this because I want to. You're going to find places in the world that are raining again. Jesus. I'm going to have to learn the... Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to have to learn the commands to get them to stop. No! Not at all. Anyway, there's going to be places in the world where you can go in and there's going to be like setups for archaeological digs that will let you piece together your own little lore for the land. But this is amazing. This right here is amazing. This will help teach your kids about geology, and it's only amethyst right now, but who knows? Maybe Mojang's gonna just add a whole bunch more crystal types to it. My GB, my son, he really wants to see tiger's eye because that's our favorite stone. We've got these little guys. I'm saving that one for last. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We got these little guys. Let me go over to a bigger water source. Did I? Yeah, I did. I did. Look at that little guy. This guy. I'll admit he's cute, but I'm not gonna lie. This is the biggest disappointment from this. This is the biggest disappointment from this update for me because I was really hoping for. Yes, I am going to do it. I was really hoping for the Isolager because I like more oppositions. But we got the Glow Squid, and the Glow Squids will drop. Like how they stop glowing when you hit them. They drop Glow Ink Sacs, and Glow Ink Sacs. Glow Ink Sacs are dropped by Glow Squids when killed, can be used to craft glow item frames, and be used to make text on signs glow. That's pretty cool, and I'm really glad it's night for a change. I just wanted to show you guys how darn cool this is, because yay versus yes, that's cool, especially at night, because it does release a small amount of light when you're looking at items. So I understand that they're not the cheapest item in the world, but if you were using those as signs to tell you which way to go, I should go up. I should go down. This is so much better than this because you might overlook that. I love the fact that it glows. And we also have this, where if we do something like this, we'll just go, let's type something random like dyslexia hitting me, like, subscribe, comment. There's only one M in comment. Whatever. Like I said, dyslexia hits me from time to time. I don't spell that well. Can't really see that horribly spelled thing, but look. Oh, does it not work like that? I thought it would. Maybe, just maybe. You don't have to make glow ink out of it. Well, you're supposed to be able to do this. It says I did it. I don't know. It's not making that sound again, so maybe it's because it's not dark enough. Maybe if we go over here, make that. No? Alright, well, obviously I need to do a little bit more research on this because I don't know much about what I'm doing here. Anyway, I think we've spent enough time doing this. I think I didn't go over glow berries and stuff. You can eat them. They restore 2 meat haunches. Here we go. And they grow on cave vines, which I don't think I pulled out cave vines either. How did I miss? I don't have cave vines. Alright. Either way, I want to do this though. I want to just go ahead and go into spectator mode. Get rid of that. And check out what's underneath us. Look at this. Look at this generation. Ooh. Amethyst in the wild. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. Calcite and tough. We're inside of a giant geode. I missed a lot of stuff because here's like the this is the lichen, the glow lichen that is going to be for ambient lighting in the natural world. You know what? Let's go back to creative mode. And let's go ahead and whew. All right, let's check this out. Is that copper? Or no, that's iron. %90 of this video is me clearing the weather. Look at this. I don't like you. But yeah, this produces a nice little ambient lighting. It grows in and out of water. I saw copper. Kind of curious. Because copper is supposed to have a pretty interesting growth pattern. Well, that was just a 2x2. This is so cool. I'm actually considering oh, this is so neat. Oh, we're so lucky. Ooh, Grimstone. I love the Grimstone. I think Grimstone is probably one of my new favorite doll blocks. Let's go ahead and go back to spectator mode. Look at this. Oh, here's one of the aquifers. Look at this. This is so cool. And if you haven't seen yet, they lowered how far down you can go, what the build levels are. God, this is so cool. I'm at -51 right now. And there's stuff, oh, lag spike. There's stuff under me. Look at that. From what I understand, it goes all the way down to -64. So they've dropped it so that we can now go into negatives and get rid of those stats. Look at this. I am looking so forward to exploring caves like this. Lighting up caves is going to be completely different. There's a abandoned mine shaft, which looks so cool with the Grimstone. I am so happy with how crazy this all looks. Now, they did not change where diamonds start. To my understanding, diamonds still... Let me get some... This is why I don't like... Oh, I'm in a wall. That's why. Okay, cool. There it goes. Go back into spectator mode. There we go. They did not change where diamonds start. So from 16, they still they still generate. Look at that. Look at the aquifer. So you can be down here, which is like -32. You'll still find diamonds. Look at all the gold and the redstone here. But you'll still find diamonds. Ah, there we go. They added so many more levels, which means they've increased diamond generation. Oh, this is so cool. It's almost like walking through the Nether, like in the spots where all the blackstone is and stuff like that. This is just so cool, and this is completely out of the water. But look at this! Oh my god! And then there's massive. Look at this geode, just geode hanging out. We got this massive open area. You're going to be able to use elytra here. There's massive underwater lakes that you can boat in. Like this is incredible. Ooh, what do we got here? Spiders, cave spiders, double. But they've made. Anyway, they've made it so that there's so much more interesting things to do. And oh, you know what we didn't even touch on? Snowier snow. That is a thing. So let's go back to creative mode. Let's land. And open this up. So, snow blocks, snow sheets, powdered snow. This is pretty cool because you sink into it. And I don't. Oh, you're cute. I don't think I've ever seen the black and white rabbit. Let me get rid of the night vision real quick. Oh, you can see it. You see how there's blue ice crystals forming around my vision? Let me step out of there. Well, if I go into survival and I do the same thing, see how it starts to creep in? We'll keep an eye on my hearts. Look at that. After a little while of just sitting in the snow, my hearts turn blue and I start taking frost damage. And from what I can understand, if you have leather armor, and it's any piece of leather armor, which stinks. I really wish it should. I think you should have to wear the whole thing. Me not knowing how to use this stupid thing. Hello. Here we go. Alright, so I think you should have to wear all of it to give it more of a thing. But now that I'm wearing a leather armor, it doesn't do it. And you can just scoop it right back up. So you can take that with you. You can use this for all kinds of things. You can do the MLG. Let's do this. You can do the water bucket trick. And it lessens your damage. So you can do that. And you can go in the nether with it too, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that you can go in the nether with the snow. What is that? Curiosity getting the best of me. I'm busy. I don't have time to be doing this. Let's hit every button that you're not supposed to. Can you believe that I play Minecraft on a regular basis? I think that's just sand and... Yeah, that's just sand and sugarcane. I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyway, but look at all this really, really cool stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. Look, you got the lichen. You know what we're missing? I didn't vote for them. Look at them out there, being all majestic. I can't deny the fact that they are pretty cool. They're not what I wanted, but that is a pretty cool additive to the game. So, I am considering doing a hardcore challenge in 1.17. And I might do it on this snapshot if anybody's interested. So, killer rabbit. If anybody is interested, please let me know. Mark that down in the comments, and I'll do a hardcore challenge in 1.17, and we'll check out this amazing world. Because I need something to do when GB's not here, you know. Now, I don't remember what it's called. Doesn't matter. It's in the tools. Here we go. Spyglass. Now, the spyglass, I believe you right-click. Oh, I like that. I like the animation. I download Optifine when it's available for versions of Minecraft. It's raining again. But I only download it for two different things. I download it for the zoom feature, which now with some work we have, and I also download it for the ambient lighting, which from what I understand, Mojang does not want to include, which stinks. Gotta do it at least one more time. I like the ability to carry a torch in my hand. And I like the ability to carry a torch in my hand, and oh, cool. I like the ability to carry a torch in my hand and have the light follow me. It's just, I don't know. It adds a level of realism to the game that I like, and I like the zoom in feature. But I'm not completely turned off by the idea of earning it. So we're still missing a few things. We're still missing a few things from this update that I'm at least massively looking forward to. GB is excited about the goats, obviously, and something tells me we're gonna have a herd of goats at the ranch at some point. I guess there's one last thing to show everybody before I call this a quits. Let me check out the wiki one more time to see if there's anything else that I'm forgetting. I mean, there's a lot here. If you guys check out the wiki, it's flippin' incredible. Spaghetti caves, long, narrow caves, utilize noise generation generators for generation. That's pretty cool. Cave entrances. There's so much stuff. The aquifer, the cheese caves. I love this. Oh, the axolotls. We never played with the axolotls. Alright, well, there's two more things. I'm pretty sure that the axolotls would be fine in I'm pretty sure the axolotls will be fine here, but I feel like I need to be in a warmer area. You do have to keep axolotls in a refrigerated tank, though, so maybe I'm just being weird. I think this will be nice. Whoa, I forgot. Forgot that I was in spectator mode. Anyway, back in creative mode. I just want to go to this water. I'm really weird when it comes to this game, I think. But axolotls. I think they were in the bucket. Are they in the bucket? Yeah, bucket. Look at them. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. Look at them! Alright, so let's see what it says. They do not naturally spawn yet. Must be spawned in with a spawn egg. They're the first amphibian in Minecraft. Will dry out and start taking damage after 5 minutes of being out of the water. So unfortunately, a little bit realistic on that one. Can be bred using tropical fish or fish in a bucket. Buckets of tropical fish. So we actually have things to do with tropical fish now. They're not just a trophy item. That is so cool. And by that I mean, let's see, this dumb thing. Oh, listen to them squeaking. Oh my god, they surge at you. That's so cute. They come in 5 different colors, which is leucistic, yellow, brown, white, a pink and purple, and a rare blue axolotl. Very cool. Blue axolotls are very rare, and they're 1 in 1,200 chance of spawning. They play dead when damaged, and they receive generation 1, so they actually heal themselves if they get hurt. This regeneration ability is likely based on how real axolotls can grow lost limbs, which is actually pretty true. I used to take care of them when I've worked at zoos in the past, and they're not this big. They're like that big. They're tiny. They're tiny little things. Attacks drowned guardian. They attack drowned guardians, squids. Oh my god. This is the rainiest one. Pretty much anything that will attack you in the water. Oh, they attack glow squids too. They attack squids. They attack drowned guardians, squids, glow squids, and fish. Damage not yet official. Are always hostile to fish and squid, and hostile to drowning guardians who, when tempted by a player holding a tropical fish. So that's cool. You actually have to give them like a treat to do. What are you guys doing? You guys are the cutest damn things. Oh my god. So I'm curious. It says always hostile to fish and squids. So if I go in here, dude. Wow. Okay. Gotta do it. Let's do a glow squid so we can see it better. It's dark. Dang. We'll go back into water, you goof. Alright, so I need to have a tropical fish and let's learn how to spell, and a drowned egg. Okay, so you hold the fish in your hand and right-click on them. But it looks like the drowned will attack them. Okay. That's pretty darn cool. That is pretty darn cool. Alright, so the last thing that I wanted to show was the new build height. Which, if we go... We are in creative. What am I talking about? Let's go down here. You can see where we are. Now, the build height. What was that originally? The build height in Minecraft. If we go down to gameplay, blah, 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 general, tags, blocks. Oh yeah, railways work underwater now too, don't they? There's so much. Like I will never be able to show all of this stuff. But we can do this. Whoa! I'm a bad person. I'm so sorry. My finger slipped. Poor little axolotl fell to his death. I don't remember what the original build height was. It does keep going though, doesn't it? How high do you go? Okay, I'm over 320 at this point. 320! 320 is the new build height. And it's raining again. It's raining again. Oh my gosh. So that's crazy. With how high everything is and how low everything is now. Are these powered? These are powered rails. So let's take that and some of these. And of course it just, maybe, did they might have upped the generation of weather thunderstorms and stuff like that to show people how amazing the new lightning rod is. I don't know. But one cool thing is the fact that you can now take rails and put them in the water. Let's just go down here. This is just, I'm playing at this point. That's cool. It's gonna have a jump. Dude, the water sounds. That's interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I can't tell if it's on or not underwater. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's on. Just want to get enough power to play on this thing, right? All right, so let's go back into. Oh my gosh. Survival. Thank you. Go back into survival. Whee! Okay, well, you can't make the jump. Hey! I was riding you. Oh, that stinks. Okay, so you can't do underwater jumps, unfortunately. But that is pretty cool. And you will drown, just to let you know. If you keep an eye on my air. Whee! Oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun with that. So much fun. It's not even gonna be, like, allowed. This is so cool. Oh, there's our tower to build height. Oh my god, this is so cool. We've got a lot of really cool things going for us. And there is more. There is more definitely coming up. Let me see. The planned addition, it says, please note that the names of many of these features are currently placeholders. They may be marked with unofficial names. Clay pots. Clay pots uses the texture of clay. Ceramic shards can be incorporated into an unfired pot, can be fired by lighting a fire under the pot. Pots can fit up to 8 ceramic shards, which will help you create lore in your world. This has a lot to do with the heck are they called? The archaeological digs. Painted clay pots uses the texture of terracotta, created by firing a clay pot. So that makes a lot of sense. Upon firing, any placed ceramic shards become permanently incorporated onto your clay pot. That's pretty cool. Skulk blocks generates in a mysterious new cave biome referred to as, can you stop dying? Referred to as the deep dark temporarily, has an animated texture. It's pretty cool. May be used in redstone as seen in this video. I don't have a video. When they talk, from the video when they talk about skulk, it's raining again. Skulk traps. Generates in the deep dark biome, has a different top texture than the skulk box and the skulk chute. May be used in redstone as seen in the video when they talk about the skulk sensors. Skulk chutes. Generates Jesus. Yeah, generates Jesus. I'm curious. Boop. Stand away from that. Oh, sure. Is this still going? Oh my gosh, it's just going back and forth. While I'm reading, let's do this. Let's see. Skulk chutes. Made from skulk and a bone-like material. May be used in redstone, seen in the skulk sensor video. Glows but does not emit light, similar to the glow squid or the glow item frame. Okay, so there's no actual light, but you can see. Wow. Curious. Oh my god. Curious. Oh, I'm in survival. Let's go back to creative for a minute. Curiouser and curiouser. No. No. No, my fence. My fence. That's my patch. My patch is a different color. You stink. I'm just interested if you'll become charged. Skulk growth generates in the deep dark cave biome. Generates top layer of blocks similar to snow. Some have parts that are transparent, allowing the player to see the block it is on top of. May be used in redstone, whatever. Processing rubble. A technical block associated with archaeology. At least comes in dirt and gravel variants. Created upon... Yes! He put out the fire. That is hilarious. He's like, nope. Come, little army of things I shouldn't have. Okay. Created upon using the brush. It appears to be normal dirt or gravel. It has 16 layers. The brush. Tee. Uh-oh. Oh, it died. Oh well. Anyway, the brush is used to sweep away debris from archaeological sites. This is so cool. The Warden. The Warden. Warden's terrifying. It's bigger than an iron golem. It's awesome. Spawns in the new deep dark biome. The first fully blind boss mob. Bats despite relying exclusively, or not boss, but blind mob. Bats despite relying almost exclusively on echolocation, still have basic eyesight. When sensing movement, it moves towards the source of the movement. It follows and attacks players, mobs, other entities, and makes vibrations. It does not attack other wardens. Unfortunately, we don't have a warden spawn egg, so I can't play with that. Oh my god! So, creeper farms is a thing. We can definitely get into this. I'm gonna die. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Anyway, there are so many cool things that are going on. Incredibly strong, doing 30 damage. That's 15 hearts. Bringing players wearing full netherite armor from full hearts to 7 hearts. I'm still in survival. It's so scary. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so we've got a lot coming. we've got a lot coming for Minecraft, and I know as far as GB and I are excited about, this is going to be so much more fun. Underground cabin in the deep dark biome Minecraft. Okay, I gotta stop. I've been talking enough. How long has this been going on? I haven't even been keeping an eye. I've been talking for over an hour. I gotta stop. Anyway, I don't know. I know I'm gonna keep playing in this snapshot for a little while. If anybody's interested in seeing a hardcore survival, let me know, and we will check all these things out as you do in real time. Hopefully, we'll have wardens and axolotls and all that stuff we can play with soon. But there's a lot of really cool features to play with as is now. So I'm gonna leave it here in this stormy weather. I'm not going to get rid of it this time. Hopefully I don't even know. I don't even know what to think when it comes to this crazy weather. But thank you for joining me on this ridiculously long video. I did not mean it for it to be this long. I just having so much fun playing with all this stuff. And I know we haven't even scratched the surface on what's in store. So keep playing Minecraft, keep playing with your kids, and try not to grow up too fast yourself. And I will see you next time in this blocky world that we call home. Although this is not our home, we need to go back home. So I will see you guys later.